Good morning. Are y'all ready to get goofy? Okay. Until I find equipment, this is going to have to do. I figured out I can stick it in my window and we get a good view and actually good lighting. My skin looks good. This is Flopsy, which I'm going to have her with me doing this. This is my support Steffi. Um, but yeah, day two, video two of doing this. And I'm going to talk about inspiration today, and two reasons. Because when I woke up this morning, I was in a good mood. I immediately turned on some affirmations. It was a new one I found. It was super cool. I will post it on my YouTube channel for everyone because I'm going to be doing a lot of that. There are a lot of things, videos, and things that I do that are good for myself, good for my soul, that I love to share with others. But what's funny is I woke up and I did my affirmations, and then I came in here and I did my yoga, and I was like, I'm going to go to work today and I'm going to do a video before I go to work and talk about my morning routine. And I did a whole video and it was muted. I don't even know how. And then I tried to do another one and the AC was blowing in my car, and I was like, okay, this is not meant to be. Um, and then I went to work and it was slow. So I came on home and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and do one now. So so first of all, I have a morning routine. It doesn't look the same all the time. I switch it up because I get bored with the same thing all the time. I'm that person. And I don't feel bad. It's just who I am. So, the beginning of this year, my best friend sent me these. Okay? See these? They're affirmation cards. And they're my favorite. And basically, I do these every day. But she sent them to me when I was having a really rough time. And they've gotten me through so many days, so many spots, so many just bleh. I come in here and pick a card. And I'm like, yay. They're funny. They're clever. They give you a little boost to your happiness. They're just funny. And today I happened to draw. Well, you can't see. Well, there we go. That's not good lighting. But it's good on my face. Inspiration. And it says, there is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be flawless speech. Voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. And honestly, I've had to change the speech in my head. We all have it. We all have ego. We all have a brain that tells us to be fearful, that tells us we're not good enough, we're not doing enough, we have to work harder, we have to chase, we have to this, we have to this, blah, 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 blah. And I love the saying, we're human beings, not human doings. And we've been conditioned by the world to constantly keep going, more money, more jobs, more this, more that, more that. And I got caught up in it too, and it made me miserable. It made me miserable. So miserable. That's why we moved here, because I was like, this is too much for me. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I'm the type of person, I have to have solitude. I have to have quiet time. I have to go to the beach. I have to be in the woods. I have to go to the waterfalls. I have to look at sunsets, sunrises, the moon, the stars. Like, I need those things. I am not I like material things, and I've been known to be a shopaholic and some other stuff, bougie, all those other words, but I've always been this way. I want to be outside. I want to look at pretty things, and I need to be in the water. Water is very spiritual for me and for a lot of people. And when you think about it, we're in amnio fluid. So our first our first being of ourselves, we're in water. We are in amnio fluid. And one day I was at the beach and I was like, that came to me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is why I like it so much. I feel safe. I feel secure. And it's just one of those things. It's a conduit. Like, it's known. It's known to be a conduit. Any spiritual person, I don't care what you believe in, knows that water is spiritual. And so I needed to be somewhere where I could go to water. When we lived in Nashville, I came to Pensacola, I don't know how many times a year, but I'll be like, all right, I'm out. I'm gone for a few days. And so now I live here, and now it's just, it's an hour and 15 minutes away. Hopefully, we'll be moved over that way in about a year. Um, but the the reason for this channel, the reason for doing this, well, there's a lot of reasons, but this is what more and more people are doing now. A lot of the information that I'm going to give, that I'm going to talk about, I got from other people. I got from YouTube. I got from doing my research. I've listened to doctors, scientists, spiritual beings, like every avenue that I could get my hands on, that I could go and do research, and anything that I found that made me feel good, that made me get out of my head, because I can get up there and I can worry and just nonstop on this rat race, and then I just feel like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough, and I'm not a good mom. I'm not a good wife. I'm not a good friend. I'm not a good person, or I said, and then I just talk to myself. Just, that it's like it's loud, but it's also like a sneaky whisper. And so I had to incorporate good juju, and that's what I call it, into my everyday living. Like, I had to redirect my whole entire thinking. It was everything. And I don't belong to any groups. I don't belong to any, I don't put labels on I mean, I do by accident sometimes, but I try to stay away from that. And I will use them. I will say things. But words were created to give definition and meaning to what was already here. So and this is why this is called Love's Tribe, because everything leads back to love for me. Everything. And I've not lived the best life. I haven't. Like, I could tell you stories, but who cares? And I will, because a lot of things about me become relatable to people who normally would not particularly have anything to do with me. And I get that some people aren't going to like this. I know that some people are so situated in their faith, their beliefs, that people like myself, they want to save me. I don't need to be saved. Thank you. You can pray for me. You can do whatever you need to. And then some people think I'm too much. I'm too happy. Some people think I'm not real. That what this is fake. It's not. Because let me tell you, just as much as I'm happy and I have a good side to me, there's a heathen in there. And I have a bad temper. And that's why it is so important to me to incorporate things that bring me peace, that bring the peace out of me. Peace is already in there. I don't have to go looking for it. It is already inside there, but sometimes I need something tangible. I need something tangible to bring it out of me. And I want to share with others. I want to share with the world. Elise, and you'll meet her, you'll see her, because I really do feel like it may only be 20 people. I don't know what to do, but Elise is one of those people who, we have those dreams together, and we have those thoughts together, and we have those, just those, we inspire each other. And I forgot what I was saying, so I'm going to move on to the next thing. But this is something that's been on my heart for a long time. Oh, Elise and I've talked about for a while, and my nieces, they've been excited. They've wanted me to do this, and my whole life, well, since I can remember, people have been like, you need to write a book, you need to be a life coach, you need to be a therapist, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel like I was someone who had any right to be in a position to help other people. I just, like I said, I had a hard life. I didn't live the best life. And I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of bad choices. And those led me to the woman I am today. A lot of things I want to talk about are going to be mental illness, trauma, being conditioned by our parents, by the world, chasing. I saw a guy the other day was like, to chase something implies that it's running away from you. And I was like, yes. And he was like, you attract, you manifest. And I do those things. And there is one of my favorite passages from the Bible, because I like the Bible too. And people are going to get mad about that. I like Buddha. I like cultures who tell you to love your neighbor, be kind, forgive, and help each other. I like anything that implies that. Anything that says to be a good human by helping others, I'm going to incorporate it into my life. But I like the verse. It's in John 4:18. I think that's what it is. And it says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear expects punishment. And I think a lot of our lives and a lot of people, I know I do, have that fear. And when we do something wrong or we make a mistake, we've learned that there's punishment. And there are consequences for our actions, but a lot of times the mistakes that I made, there should not have been punishment. A lot of mistakes that you made, there should not have been punishment. There should have been a conversation about what caused you to do what you did, the consequences that follow of that, and a solution to help not do it again. And I'm one of those people, I had to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. But that word punishment, the fear that comes along with fear, punishment, that's not love. That is not love. And I'm still learning how to get out of that. I'm still learning how to not want to punish someone when they've hurt my feelings. I'm a work in progress. So I love that. I love all things love. I do. My love language is to help others. And I'm a gift giver. And I like to be able to help people. I like to know when my children, my friends, strangers, my husband, my dad, whoever, I like to know that I can play an active part in their life that represents love, that represents light, that represents forgiveness and humor. Because I joke a lot. I am funny. I'm love and light, but I'm also fire and temperamental. And I've got a real fucked up sense of humor. I just do. And I cuss. Whatever. Who cares? But that's kind of what we're going to do with Flopsy. Yay. And I'm going to be showing y'all some things that I do every day on a daily basis, because mine changes. I hope to eventually have some guests on here. Of course, I'm going to get better equipment for this. But my main goal is just to be a source for you all, for the people maybe who don't have time to go look these things up, for people who want a solution, for people who maybe don't have a voice. And hopefully you'll learn how to use that. But even if you don't, that you're not alone and that there's someone here. I want to give a place, I want to have a safe space for Q&A. And I want everybody to be respectful and mindful of other people, because not everybody thinks the same. Not everybody has the same beliefs, and I don't like bullies. and I believe what you want to believe, engage in what you want to, do all, because it's not up to me, it's not up to anybody else what you believe in, what you do. But pushing that on people, or condemning people, or making fun of people because they're a Christian, or making fun of people because they believe in Buddhism, or judging someone because they're gay, or any kind of negative behavior, I don't tolerate it. I do not. If you want to do that, there are so many other groups that you can go in. If this is not for you, you don't have to look. You don't have to watch. And I know people are going to comment, if this does happen to go anywhere. I know people, all types of people. All types of people. I just mentioned a few just because we know kind of who does what. So I can't stop anyone. I just can't. But for me, if I see people being ugly to one another, and you can have conversations about your beliefs, I don't mind that at all. You can share what you believe in. You can talk about, whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's appropriate and it's not, I don't really want to censor people per se, but I do not want bullies, and I don't want anyone hating on people for what they believe in and what they choose to practice, or what avenues that they take, because we all have our right to do and believe what we want to. Excuse me. And that's very important to me. So I hope everyone has a good day. I'm excited about this. I guess I'm going to do a couple introduction videos, find my followers, get some input on what people. My niece Rachel actually inspired this morning. She was like, do one of your inspiration things. And like I said, I think it's funny because this is the card I drew. Not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times, okay? Which I thought that's just funny. And that happens sometimes. But yeah, that's all for today. And tune in, go subscribe if this is something you like and there's something maybe you want to ask. I love the idea of that, the Q&A. That's fun to me. Or if there's something you want to hear about, let me know. Just send me a message. And again, I'm figuring all this stuff out. I still don't really know what I'm doing. And I did look at the times. I went and watched this guy, and he said videos with YouTube, if you actually have something to say, people are prone to listen to 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, which I will. If somebody has something really good to say, I'll listen to it. I tend to ramble. I tend to get repetitive, and I lose track. But my husband says that I always bring everything full circle back around. So this is the Love Channel. This is Love's Tribe. I'm April Dawn, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. And eventually I'll do live. So Rachel, thank you for your inspiration in this video, and everybody else who has continued to support me, to love me, and encourage me to do this with y'all. And hopefully I'll have better equipment soon. All right. Mwah. I love all y'all. Happy Wednesday. Mwah.